In a quiet village at the edge of an ancient forest, there lived two brothers, Arjun and Dev. They were the sons of the finest potter the village had ever known. When their father passed away, he left them his workshop, his wheel, and a simple note: time shapes clay, but it also shapes lives. The brothers stood in the empty workshop, grief still fresh in their hearts. Arjun, the older brother, picked up the note and said, "Father was a master. I cannot dishonor his name by making ordinary pots. I need time to become perfect like him." Dev, the younger brother, ran his fingers across the old pottery wheel. "But brother, how will you learn if you don't practice?" Arjun shook his head firmly. No, I will study father's techniques first. I will read every scroll, observe every master potter in neighboring villages, and plan my masterpiece. Only when I am truly ready, maybe in 10 years, will I touch the clay. I refuse to waste time making imperfect pots." Dev looked at his brother with sadness but said nothing. That night, he made a quiet decision. While Arjun prepared to wait, Dev would begin. The next morning, Dev sat at the pottery wheel and made his first pot. It was lopsided, ugly, and cracked before it even dried. The villagers who passed by laughed. An old woman selling flowers at the market watched Dev throw the failed pot aside and start again. She had known the brothers since they were children. She approached Dev and asked gently, "Why do you make pots that break?" "Child," Dev smiled softly, "because, grandmother, my father's hands were not born skillful. They became skillful by touching clay 10,000 times. I cannot wait for perfection. I must create it, one pot at a time." The old woman nodded slowly, her eyes wise and kind. "Your brother believes time is something to save until he is ready. But time is not a bag of rice you store in the corner." She picked up a handful of dust from the ground and let it slip through her fingers. "Time is like this dust. The moment it touches your hand, it is already falling. You cannot hold it. You can only choose what to do while it falls." She placed her wrinkled hand on Dev's shoulder. "Your father became a master not because he waited for the perfect moment. He became a master because he used every moment he was given. The clay does not care if you are ready. The clay only responds to your hands." Dev bowed to her, tears in his eyes. "Then I will let my hands speak, even if my mind is not ready." Every single day, Dev made one pot. Some days he made two. In the first year, he failed more than he succeeded. The villagers stopped laughing. They simply stopped watching. But Dev did not stop. His hands began to remember what his mind did not yet understand. The clay started to respond differently. By the third year, his pots were sturdy. By the fifth year, they were beautiful. By the eighth year, people came from distant villages just to buy his work. Meanwhile, Arjun traveled to 7 villages, studied under 4 masters, filled 3 notebooks with techniques, and planned every detail of his future masterpiece. He was learning much, but his hands never touched clay. "Not yet," he would say. "I am still not ready. Just 2 more years." And time, like the old woman's dust, kept falling through his fingers. On the 10th year, Arjun finally returned to the workshop. His notebooks were full. His mind was sharp. He sat at the pottery wheel, hands trembling with excitement, ready to create his masterpiece. But when his hands touched the clay, they were stiff, uncertain. The wheel spun, but his fingers did not know how to guide it. The clay collapsed. Again and again, it collapsed. Across the room, Dev sat peacefully at his wheel, hands moving like water, shaping a pot so beautiful it seemed to glow in the afternoon light. He had made 3,650 pots. His hands had become wise. Arjun stared at his brother, and then at his own failed lump of clay. For the first time, he understood. Time had not waited for him to be ready. Time had simply passed. That evening, Arjun wept, not from jealousy, but from understanding. Dev embraced his brother and whispered, "It is not too late. Start today." And so he did. My friend, the lesson is this: time does not care about your plans. Time only rewards your actions. We spend years waiting to be ready, waiting to be perfect, waiting for the right moment. But the masters of life are not those who waited. They are those who started, imperfect, afraid, but willing. Your clay is waiting. Your wheel is ready. The only question is, will you begin today, or will you wait another 10 years? Type "I will start today" if this story touched your heart. We read every single comment.